Day 29 of quarantine. Morale low. No races to trade for at all.
'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club.
Okay, so that intro is obviously a little bit silly. It's not that extreme yet. But it does bring up a great point, which is we don't have any races to train for right now, at least until cross country in the fall. And that makes it super hard to stay motivated and just kind of look ahead. What are you training for? Like, what is next? I was supposed to be racing this Saturday. I had a 10K race all planned out for this Saturday. And I'm not going to be able to do it now because I'm in the United States instead of Europe, and two, it got canceled like everything else. And that's really sad because I love putting out these race vlogs for you. I love talking about meets and training up to meets and all of that stuff. And now I just can't do it because there are no meets. And since I can't film any of these meets or anything like that, I want to throw it back and talk about a meet I had last year. No track season this year, so let's talk about track season from last year. And today I just want to kind of go over the training of how I broke 17 minutes in the 5K and how you guys can do the same over the next couple months. In order to know everything for me breaking 17, we have to rewind all the way back to the beginning to when I was running in high school. No, I'm just joking. So to begin with, I was the worst at 5Ks in high school. Like, I could not run a 5K to save my life. Don't take my word from it. Here are some of my teammates talking about my performance in the high school 5K.
He was really good freshman year, and then he just kind of sucked after.
Tyler in high school, he was just not it with the cross country.
Back in high school, I think Tyler had more DNFs than the entire girls cross country team combined.
Tyler passed out in the bathroom during practice.
He just would get to the point as time would go on in cross country throughout the years where he wouldn't even finish a race. I mean, come on, man.
He never really lived up to any of those expectations in high school.
So yeah, I was DNFing like literally half of my races senior year, and I think senior year I actually never even broke 19 minutes. So that just shows like where I was at the time and then where I'm at now. You blame it on anything, lack of focus, lack of training, lack of, I don't know, something, but it just wasn't there for me in high school. And thankfully I was able to turn it all around in college, where I ultimately did break 17 last year, my sophomore year of college. And I really think this was just by focus. I was so much more committed to the sport. I was running every day. I was running so many more miles than I have ever before, and I was locked in on my goal. And focus and commitment are literally everything in this sport. Like, if you're focused and committed, you can do anything. You just need to constantly be thinking about the race, thinking about your goal, thinking about the training from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, living, breathing, just embracing the mindset to go out and achieve your goal. And then of course, training does matter just a little bit. So now let's go take a look at my training leading up to the sub 17 attempt in April of 2019. Let's hop on good old Strava now. So for those of you who don't know, Strava is this great app. You can track all of my runs, see other people's runs, give kudos and all of that. And then the best part is see your training from a long time ago. So we had to take it back a year or so to the true days of breaking 17. And this graph right here shows weekly mileage. The top weekly mileage I have here is 60 miles. I started training New Year's Eve of 2018. Let's take a look at this first week. I just did nice, easy, slow mileage, just getting back into shape, and 27 miles. And then basically from there, I increased by 5 or so, 6, 7 miles a week. But anyway, we eventually hit 60 miles in, it looks like, early to mid-February. This is probably 2 months out or so from me running sub 17. So let's just look through the training and see what I did this week, the highest mileage week. Okay, so February 4th, that's going to be a Monday. It looks like I did 8 by 800. So I started at 5K pace, which at the time looks like it was 5:38, which is around 17:30, I want to say. And then I went down to 3K pace, which is 5 flat pace, or 2:30 for the 800. So it looks like I was able to hit 8 by 800 going from roughly 250 to 230. Great workout. Good way to get some speed at faster than 5K pace. Okay, then next up, this is going to be Tuesday. I just hit an easy 8 miles. Had to get the mileage in. Definitely need easy mileage days in between workouts. 8 miles, 7:37. Almost exactly what you want on these kind of easy days. So then on Wednesday, I'm just going to hit a nice medium long run day. Since I was doing workouts on Monday and Thursday, I'd usually take Tuesday rest, Wednesday ramp it up a bit. And I just hit 10 miles, a little bit faster. Just a good, nice, medium long run day. Not quite getting up to the 13, 14 I'd hit for long runs, but still 10 miles. And it looks like I was able to hold a pretty consistent pace here as well. About 7:10 the entire run. So now let's move on to Thursday, which is going to be the second workout of the week. And it's just a short little fartlek here where we're really focused on speed as meets were starting to come into play. 12 by 1 minute off, 1 minute on. And that's going to be 5:10, 5:15 pace. Breaking 17, you need to run 5:28 pace. So this is faster than 5K once again. And all of my workouts were kind of like that, making sure I was running faster than 5K pace so that the 5K pace would feel easy, or as easy as it could be during a race. So that's going to be Thursday. And then Fridays, I would always take super easy. So here, I ate Panda Express right before I ran, but still 6 miles, super chill in the 7:30s, just recovery, getting my legs back from that workout. And then finally, most important day of the week, as I've said so many times in my videos, 15-mile long run. So I really had the mileage going for me back when I was training for sub 17. More mileage is never going to hurt you unless you get injured. More mileage is always going to mean a lot. But here we go. 15 miles, 7:12 pace. This is pretty standard. You can see by the progression too, as I usually take my long runs. Started out slow at the beginning, just nice and chill, and then it looks like about mile 7 I start to pick it up, and then eventually we're actually going to drop some sub 7 miles towards the end as I really ramp up. Good 15 miler, good way to get my legs really moving. And then finally, Sunday here, just going to be a short 5 mile, super slow. Always takes Sundays super easy, at least for me, just because wrapping up a high mileage week and running 7 days a week, you want that recovery in there. But yeah, so that wraps it up for my highest mileage week. And now let's try to find the week of breaking 17. So here we go. The week of April 8th to April 14th. Nationals was on the 13th and 14th. You can see right here, 26.6 miles. And since I was running 60 at my peak, 26.6 is not a lot. When you're tapering, you should taper. 26 miles is going to make my legs feel super good right before the race. Okay, so Monday, we're going to run easy 4.5 miles, 7:41. This is a lot slower than I'm really used to. And then that Tuesday, I'm going to do just a nice and easy workout. At this point, it's not really going to help you. Just something to get your legs moving. 2-mile tempo, barely breaking 12, not too hard. And then I also had 300 repeats. That's a way to get speed going right before these big meets. So then on Wednesday, I'm just going to do 4 miles easy plus strides. Strides are critical right before a meet. They get your legs moving super fast, faster than 400 repeats can. Just a nice 100-meter sprint. Get that form locked in. Strides are super important. And then it looks like I took Thursday off, again, just resting my legs up. Friday, I always would recommend running the day before the race. Just 3 miles, super easy. Hit some strides after. And then here we go. Sub 17. There we go. I'm right there at the top. 16:42. just from all the tapering that went into it. But that's my training pretty much. I peaked at 60 miles, and then I hit a slow decline through the earlier meets, and then eventually tapered hard, 26-mile week, the week I ran sub 17 in the 5K. Having this much of a training time means that you can come into September and be super fit. You just got to use the next couple of months, build into shape, hold some high mileage, get that base in your legs. That's going to be the key. That is what works for me. And if it worked for me, it could probably work for you too. Honestly, what it really comes down to is consistency. As long as you're able to stay consistent, you can achieve your goal. Don't wait around for summer to start training. Get a leg up on the competition right now and get training. All right, that's going to do it. I'll see y'all in the next one.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. We are running a mile time trial in about like a month, and if this video gets 100 likes, I'll go for the sub 4 minute mile barrier.